Men were the strong ones. Um, in past times, they were always the leaders. But women began to stand up because truth of the matter is a lot of men consult with women.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
That's the other thing, that people think that investors are stupid.
Right.
Yeah. The founders of the entrepreneurs, they sometimes, they want to raise money and they say, you know what, I'm gonna create this product and I'm gonna set this idea, then I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna this, and I need all this money and this and that. But the investor, there is a reason why they are investors. Most of them has been entrepreneur first most of their life. Some of them have already 1, 2, 3 exits. They already in the path that you're going in, they already coming back from that.
Right.
So
Right.
if you want to raise finance, if you want to raise funds, be open, be transparent, tell the
That's
truth,
it.
write everything. The thing is that people don't want to write the risk because they say, well, if I write so much risk, this investor not gonna give me the money. And it's totally the opposite. The investor, when they see that you are mentioning all these risks and have some idea how to handle the risk, the investor is saying, wow, this person is putting a lot of risk here that I was not even counting on. He has a mindset that when things change, I can actually adapt, and they have, like you were talking, Kat, about plan B. Yeah. So this is very important, because
Very important.
so okay, let me ask you another question. Yeah. What do you think?
Can I say this real
Okay,
quick? I just want to
go for it. Go for it.
even everything that I just said about the projections and preparing and getting them prepared, there's a last step to those projections. I talked about making sure you have people on your team that knows finance, right? Well, those people need to have experience in doing spreadsheets because you got to present it to the investors. So you can gather all of that information, but then you got to put it in a spreadsheet, whether it's an Excel sheet or Google sheet, but it has to show financial models, scenario analysis, visualizing the data. You can use financial software. So for those of you who don't know that, you can use more advanced tools like QuickBooks, Xero, or any type of project management software. You can look that up and it'll help you to create those projection spreadsheets. So for more complex projections, such as forecasting with the macroeconomic factors or industry-specific trends, you have to consult with experts. It's very important. Do not try to do it by yourself. That's why it is important to have a team.
Yeah, Kat. So now let me ask you another question. Yeah, because this in this broadcast we support a lot social responsibility, right? Because people think that if we put the plastic in the plastic container and outside our house, outside our company, people think, well, I'm saving the planet, I'm socially responsible. But social responsibility comes not only recycling and looking after the planet. It comes when your business have a profit and then you support your charity. When you employ people with diversity, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Chinese, women, men. So my question is the following. I interviewed the Minister of Finance of Zimbabwe, I think 8 months, don't remember. Yeah, a while. And this is what he told me. He told me, Harry, we have an amazing plan in Zimbabwe where we're giving loans to the people, and the people take these loans in the farm. Yeah, they grow some tomatoes, they grow some vegetables, they grow the business, they pay the loan back, then they ask for another loan, and then they grow the business more and more and more. And he told me, but the interesting thing, Harry, that's happening is that out of all the people that were giving me these loans, yeah, the highest percentage huge percentage of people paying the loans back are women. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, women, they are more responsible, more risk averse, and they're paying back the loans. They're coming because they have children, they have responsibility, so they're looking after the money very carefully. They are investing it. They growing this micro business. They paying back the loan. They asking for more money. Yeah, and the minister of Zimbabwe told me that women are amazing when it comes to finance. It's very profitable because even the government, they are very happy that all most of the women that paying the loan backs against men. Some of them are whatever it fails and they couldn't pay the loans. So my question to you is, if this is the case and has been proven, yeah, why women are so underfunding, especially when in the tech space or everything, that when we go to raise finance for a business, we have very, very low percent. I'm talking about, huge discrepancy because funding for women and women of color against versus men. So what do you think is the problem?
Of why women are high. So I'm trying to get your question right.
The question
Why
was why
women?
women, yeah,
Mhm.
receive less funding than men. This thing that you just explained, if a woman and a man, they both go do the same financial projections, they do the risk, they do everything, and they have all these documents, amazing, yeah. Now when they go in front of
Mhm.
the investors, yeah, 1 out of 10, the money will be given to men rather to a woman. So why do you think it's a problem? Why the investors
Well,
don't want to give the money to women? Is the statistics out there in all United States, all over the world, yeah, that they give the money 90% to men, and to women is only 10%, even less. They don't trust women to give the money. So, which I already proved to you that is the other way around. But the investor doesn't want to give the money to women entrepreneurs. Why?
you said that they want to give the
They
women
don't
the money.
want to give it. This
They
is
don't.
what the statistic shows. The statistic shows that women, they receive way less funding
Oh yeah.
than men when it comes to business. Yeah. So I'm asking you, why do you think this is a problem?
Um, that is a
Why
good
the investor
question.
don't trust women with the money? Basically, this is what actually is happening all
You-
over the
you-
world.
well, it is, and in all honesty, for history from years ago, it's always been a man's world. You know, um, but in my opinion, I think that from times past, I think just like with a lot of other things, they perceive women, I guess, as a risk. Some studies show that investors may perceive businesses ran by women are more at a risk than a man, or less promising than when men do it. Of course, it's always been biased for years. It can stem from the mistaken belief that women are less capable of handling risk or growing a successful business. Um, some people have higher expectations for women. Um, and we always have had to prove ourselves to gain any type of credibility from men. That has been an ongoing thing for many years to come. We had to fight for our rights in many areas. So um, investors have, I guess, higher expectations from women because of that. So they have to look at what kind of experience we have, what is our business acumen, have we had any previous financial success? And I guess for some reason, most men were the strong ones. Um, in past times, they were always the leaders. But women began to stand up because truth of the matter is a lot of men consult with women. They've
Mhm.
gotten a lot of their ideas from women.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what
I-
I think. When if businesses comes all about mitigating risk, yeah, I think that we should open a space of equal opportunity for women because it makes financial sense. You were
It
talking about
does.
the risk, about how to mitigate the risk, yeah. And
But you know what else
John,
I found out?
yeah,
I found out that um, most women's credit scores are also lower than men for some reason.
are they?
Yeah.
Mm,
I did some research at one point, and I found out that it's one of the other reasons it's hard for them to secure traditional loans is because women somehow their average scores are lower than men.
we have to check that
Um,
because maybe something like you said, bias in the system.
mhm.
There
Yeah, it
there
may
could be a
be.
bias in the system, in the softwares. At the end of the day, the people in charge of the issue is, the people in charge of finances are I most of them, they are males, right? They are in
Right.
charge of the capital. They take the decisions, yeah. And because they're majority male, they feel more comfortable lending the money to men to the
Yeah.
business, and this has been the case. Now, this is the
But
truth.
you know that women also have always been the caregivers. So
Hmm.
they're more likely to take care of children if something happened versus men.
Hmm.
Now, they can be judged on that as well.
Hmm.
They've always been the ones to earn less than men in history.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
always been unequal.
Yeah.
Um, their career
I,
paths has been unequal. In the context of a family, they had more responsibilities as taking care of the home,
Absolutely, they
with the children.
multitask. They
Yeah,
multitask. They're
yeah.
great multitasker. They are more how we call it. The men, they takes more risk, right? The women
Mhm.
are more. This is not a generalization. This is actually John Gray, the author of the book. Men's are from Mars and women's are from Venus, right?
Yeah, yeah,
We met
absolutely.
him. We met him. He has sold 50 million book, and he told me and my partner Lily, Harry, men and women, they're different. But that
Hmm.
doesn't mean that we're more or less capable than the other one. They are
That's
just
right.
different. Some of them have some strength, and the other one have another strength, right? So the men
Right.
take more risks. The women mitigate and analyze more the risk. So probably, the growth of the women, it could be more slowly and steady than the men that taking a big risk, and they either fail or they make a million, and probably this is what these funds are looking for. They're looking for a lot of money really fast. And then
Yeah.
they even have an equation. Okay, I lend money to 10, 8 fail, 1 break even, and then the one that wins, it will make for all the losses. This is how these funds usually work, yeah. So
Right.
everybody's looking for the big multi-million
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.